of effective ways to test. And I'll just kind of give you like my backstory with it, and you tell me if it kind of aligns with kind of what you're going through. Because from what I see that you put up on like Instagram, for example, because that's where I see most of your content,
Yeah.
you look very similar to what I started doing about 3 years ago,
Right.
right? So when I first started, I was just doing like talking head content, right? Like I would write down kind of I ideate some content, and I would sit down and I would just speak about my expertise or what it is that I knew, and I would put that up and I would put that out, and I did that for like about a year, like just strong. That's all I did. And then as I got into year two, I was like, okay, well, how can I make more content, maximize my time and effort being going into that content? So I had to like think of to like the pockets of my day, right? Well, 2 to 3 hours of my day was literally talking to people over coaching calls. So I started recording my coaching calls, right? And then that just gave like another level of like expertise, but kind of from more of a, um, I'm not looking down the barrel of the lens and talking to you like I currently am kind of right now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that allowed me to start testing more variety of content. And then that allowed me to figure out what works best on different platforms. And I eventually went into other kinds of content from there. But tell me your experience with the kind of content that you're making now, and maybe what you hope to plan and test new variety things. Like, what do you aspire to do with your content going forward?
Yeah. So right now, I mean, I'm kind of just doing like, it's funny that you said that you're kind of recording some of your calls because a lot of the content, some of the content that I'm coming up with is just problems that I run into when I'm
Mm,
talking to clients or potential clients. So like one of the things that you know, one of the people were like, "Hey, well, we have SEO, or we're doing Google Ads, or whatever." So like, why video content? So I was kind of coming from the angle of, you know, with SEO specifically, those people are already searching for you, but you're still competing with like all the other people that are maybe paying for, placement, or just people that are on the list, right? Sorry, I lost my teleprompter, so I'm looking down,
you're good.
but yeah, so like, but like the 97%, there's that other 97%, right? That may not even know they have a problem, but they need your service,
Yeah.
or they know they have a problem, but they're not looking, right? So that's where I feel like the organic content and even ads come in, because like you're hitting those people, or you're getting in front of those people, and they're like, oh man, I do need that. Wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. I'm going to reach out to him. So I kind of made like a little organic piece about it that did pretty well, and I may even run it as an ad at some point. But
Nice.
just like those little problems, or what's another one that I came up with? Someone was oh, just the website. So like I made another one about, oh, we just need video for our website. So I talked about, you know, how are people getting to your website, and you can have the best burger joint in town, but if no one knows about it, they're not going to come and they're not going to experience it. So those are just some other things that I kind of like have talked about, going into just running into problems or running into conversations.
Yeah. Is it primarily just like short form that you're focused on right now?
Yeah, mostly short form. Yeah,
Gotcha.
no long form stuff.
Any kind of other aspirate? I mean, even from the short form side, is there like something that you want to kind of transition your content into? And if so, kind of what would be the reasoning behind doing that?
Transitioning. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer that question. I just realized I didn't answer your last question either.
No, I mean, no, you're good. I mean, so I'll give you an
um,
example. I'll give you an example for me,
yeah.
right? Like I I really want to make more motivational content in some of the stuff that I do. And I started experimenting with that recently. Now it's coming through from kind of a hybrid of what I mentioned about or filming my coaching calls, right? But I have one particular coaching and consultant client that I have, and most of our calls aren't super tactical, right? Sometimes they are, but more often than not, they're more philosophical, or like, he'll be running into like a mental block of some sort. And like, I have to say, like, that's kind of normal. this is what you're experiencing. I totally get it. I give them a reference point of something that I did in the past, and how I overcame it, or something like that. And what I found was that that was really, when edited properly in the back end,
Mhm.
right? Putting with the right kind of music to it, and the just the movement of the video. I started to see that a lot of those bits of content were doing much better for me in terms of views and eyeballs, right? Which, at the end of the day, I will sit here and say that I am not a huge proponent of that being the benchmark of the level of success of your content, because, kind of like you were saying, if people, uh, you know, I can have a million and one people see a piece of content, but if I can't service them, then it doesn't really matter.